So this is what the road to Dublin looks like. So for West Ham there, as you can see in the first leg, confirmation there of that 2-0 defeat against Leverkusen. The other games you can see on screen here are latest scores. They're not quite at the full-time whistle yet, but the same side of the draw as West Ham. Roma, who knocked Brighton out in the round of 16, are leading AC Milan by 1-0 away from home. And on Liverpool's side of the draw, Benfica leading Marseille by 2-1. Now, there is plenty more action to come for you this week on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus, including a massive night in Las Vegas. On twice at Anfield. Those two teams before tonight were Barcelona and Real Madrid. Atalanta, the first Italian team to do so. So you can understand those celebrations, Rachel.
It's pretty good company to be in, isn't it, Atalanta? And they 100% fully deserved it. They outplayed Liverpool, whether you look at the stats, the shots on goals. But they just looked like they wanted it more. The urgency, the style of play was incisive. And when they had the chances, they made it look so simple in converting them.
What happened, Crouchy?
I think sometimes when you rest players and you've got a lot of your key players on the bench, I think sometimes your mentality just shifts. It's like, are we taking this seriously? And I think you just come off the gas 2, 3, 4, 5% and you get punished at this level. I think Atalanta came with a game plan. I didn't realise quite the size of some of the players. The physicality was very good.
That's coming from you.
That is, yeah. That is. Listen, I'm tall, but I'm not as big as some of these lads out here today. I thought they were fantastic. The game plan worked to an absolute treat. I think they pressed them, they harried them, they were winning their ball back. I think Harvey Elliott, was a couple of people gave the ball away. They had chances early on, and it just didn't stop. They were relentless in their play. Second half, they then dominated. They had the better possession. They took the chances when it counted. So Liverpool, although very disappointing, I thought Atalanta were fantastic.
Yeah, they really were. That's the thoughts of these guys for now. What does the Liverpool captain think? Virgil van Dijk talking to Becky Ives.
Virgil, what happened out there tonight?
Defeat. Obviously, it's half time, but 3-0 down is it's not great, and very disappointing evening, of course. And I think too many individual mistakes, and we got punished for it. And yeah, this feels bad.
Why was it so hard to find a rhythm and a consistency in the play tonight?
Well, I think obviously with the man-marking system they do, and we have to do much better. And when we have the ball, we have to keep the ball a bit longer and stronger. And obviously they won those 50-50 challenges most of the time. And then the spaces were open. And they punished us immediately with that. And that's what happened. It's a very disappointing night for all of us. And but we can't dwell on it too long, because obviously, what is it? 2 days we play again, a very big game here. We need everyone to be looking forward to that. But this definitely will hurt tonight, and from tomorrow on we have to switch it back on to getting results.
As a defensive unit tonight, do you feel the goals that you conceded were too easy?
Well, of course, we wide open, but it's more that we conceded the goals because we lost the balls in difficult moments, and that's why we're wide open. And it's a collective thing in the end, and we have to do all much better. And we all know it. It hurts, like I said, and but it can't put us down, and we have to react pretty quickly.
Is it a shock that sort of happened out there tonight for you?
No, it hurts. Of course, we didn't lose here for a long time, and but credit to them. We shouldn't take the credit from them away, and they punished us for being sloppy, especially in possession, and obviously we still had chances to do it, to score at least 1 or 2, and unfortunately we didn't.
I appreciate you got Premier League game next, but then you will go back out to their place where you did beat them 5-0 back in 2020. Can you lean into that at all? Take belief?
Well, if you don't have belief, then there's no point going to Italy, and obviously we make it very hard for ourselves going there with 3-0 down. But I just said, we focus on Crystal Palace. We have to bounce back, and the only way to do it is obviously winning that game on the weekend. like I said, we need everyone. We need everyone to quickly switch it back on.
The first one in the first half came from Scamacca, Rachel. What goes wrong here?
Well, it was the left-hand side this time of Liverpool where there was acres of space, and it's just the most simple of cutbacks and a one-touch finish, which was excellent. But, you know, there's no one shooting out Tsimikas to press and stop the cross into the box. And then it's just a simple training exercise. But Kelleher should have done better. He should have saved that. He'll be really disappointed with that. But it's about stopping. You know, of course, the ultimate blame of that goal lays with the goalkeeper, but it could have been prevented at so many different areas.
Yeah, when you talk about the spaces that Virgil van Dijk pointed out, did we see evidence of that particularly with the second goal?
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, you know, some of the gaps. I mean, he comes down there at Liverpool's left-hand side. You know, it's an absolute acres, and you just think he's offside. I mean, the calmness of the finish, the coolness of the finish. But you look at Gomez here; he actually steps up. He's 2 or 3 yards in front of the centre halves, and then he steps up.
As the opposite fullback, you've got to take your line, and you can see everything. You've got to take your line off of your deepest defender, and he's miles away from that, and that's where Scamacca takes his line from, and that's why he remains onside. From the far side, from the opposite side, Joe Gomez has to get across and mark his player. So he's got to mark Scamacca, or he's got to make Konate open up and realise he's got Scamacca on his back shoulder. He does neither.
Huge defensive error there, but you have to hand it to Scamacca.
Yeah.
The calmness of finish, you know, to take that on the half volley on your left foot and just place it the way he did, it was a beautiful finish.
Yeah. What about the third goal then? Because this potentially could be tie over, getting that third goal. It's Pasalic that scores it. Sloppy in midfield, losing the ball here, Szoboszlai. But after that, Liverpool don't recover, Rachel.
No, they don't. And again, you see Joe Gomez. Szoboszlai's trying to recover because it's his man who's got by. But we look again, when we freeze this back, Joe Gomez, and I feel like I'm hammering him, but Scamacca hung out on that left hand, on Liverpool's right hand side all night because he knew he was getting joy. See Joe Gomez tracking back again. He's not in line with his deepest play. Could Van Dijk have held the line? Possibly. Joe Gomez breaks his stride. He's busting the gut to a point, and you see his body's up right there. That's when he slowed down. And if he'd have continued full pelt, he would have got the first tackle and made the recovering challenge. Szoboszlai has to stay with his player. He can't hold up. And it just looks so pedestrian at the back.
Yeah, Szoboszlai and Gomez, what's happened there? I think they're just anticipating the shot or him to play out to the right-hand side. Scamacca, great disguise on the pass. It was a beautiful pass inside. They've slowed down just expecting him to shoot, and he's in absolute acres.
Do you know, when Van Dijk and the back line analyse it, the goalkeeper as well, tonight or tomorrow, they will be shocked with how open it was, because you know how it feels at the time. You don't get a full clear picture. It feels a certain way, it feels bad. They'll look at that, and that is basics that they'll be a little bit ashamed of.
And from a Liverpool perspective, in terms of going forward and attacking, we did so much analysis on them before the game about wasted opportunities, but this is actually only the second time this season that they failed to score a goal in a game. What was the problem tonight, Crouchy?
Well, that's the one for me. I think Núñez, he just needs to open his body out or go around the goalkeeper. He's tried that one at Brentford, you know, where he's the beautiful finish at Brentford, but you know, it's just percentage football. You've got to do however that gets the ball into the back of the net. Thought this one was unlucky from Salah. They had chances, but having said that, Atalanta probably had the more cutting-edge chances, I'd say. I thought Liverpool huffed and puffed, and that they created some, as you'd expect, with the substitutions, but still felt Atalanta had the better of the chances.
This is the offside one, isn't it? Mo Salah just drifts just a fraction of an inch offside. It'd been interesting if Núñez had converted what looked like a pretty simple one-on-one in the first half. Could the game have been different? But you know, another missed chance.
You look at those chances there, and although they had a couple throughout the game, how did Atalanta actually restrict Liverpool to so many clear-cut chances?
Well, as Van Dijk said, they man-to-man marked throughout the game. Endo was kind of out of the game from an in-possession point of view. They ensured that the Liverpool couldn't play through Endo as much as they would have liked to. And anything that was played into midfield to McAllister or to Gakpo, their first touch was affected by how close they were from a defensive point of view. So both in and out possession, Atalanta were the better team tonight.
OK, well, we have...
I appreciate it's fairly close to the final whistle, but have you gathered thoughts on what you saw out there tonight?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's nothing really positive to say about the game. I mean, the start was good, and unlucky with Harvey's crossbar, maybe. That period would be 100% deserved if you go 1-0 up with Darwin's chance. We had other good moments, so that was really good. But from a specific moment on, and I don't know exactly a minute, but it became it was really a bad game. There's nothing positive to say about that. I didn't like our tactical discipline in possession. We were everywhere, which means then nowhere. No counter press. We played in their hands. We had we gave them all constantly these 1-1 situations. Obviously, they wanted 1-1 situation. We passed the ball there, and everybody was like chasing our guy when he's running with the ball somewhere. I think how it could have worked, we saw with the goal we scored, which was disallowed for offside, but that was then finally an underlap. Robbo arrives there, passes the ball in the center, and we can score. So we should have had these kind of situations much more often. But again, it was a bad game from us, and Atalanta played a good game, scored 3 goals, and deserved obviously to win.
Yeah, can you just put it down to sort of a one-off game that didn't go to plan tonight?
I don't like these kind of things. It's too early for that. So I will watch this game on Monday. Not we play now on Sunday, Crystal Palace, and but I know already that if we do a couple of things better, we will be better. So that's how it is. Easy. Can we win at Bergamo? Yes, if we play good, it's possible. Can we win 3-0? I have no idea, but that's not important in the moment. So really, we have now to recover, and it must feel really, really bad. It's important. We played a bad game, so there's nothing to say, here a little bit, there, but no. That was a bad performance, so and that's how it is. And that's why we lost. And now it is always in this moment, Bergamo is practically through, and the closer the game comes, they realize they're not through yet, they have to play another game and we get another chance, we will see that. But playing like tonight, we don't have to think about a chance.
Yeah, what do you think the impact of the results will have on your squad?
Didn't have that now that often, so cannot really say, but we have to show a reaction immediately on Sunday, so that's much more important. It's not allowed. So now it must have impact. Now in this moment it must feel really bad, and the boys need to go home and sleep bad. That's how it is, and recover anyway. But then when we meet tomorrow, then we have to prepare Crystal Palace, and we will do that. We'll see who is able to play and who is not, these kind of things. But a lot of performances tonight were really, oops, wow, didn't know he can play like that. But this I know this can happen. So for that you need to create kind of a team movement on the pitch. That is not that the players, they look really alone in a lot of moments. So like, wow, get on the ball, oh, nobody's there to pass it to. If then we didn't find him, stuff like this. From a specific, it was really bad. But again, in the end, we had our biggest chances probably. Then finally didn't use them when Diogo came on. This bit more flexibility helped already, but he's not able to play now on Sunday again. Whatever 90 or whatever, is no chance. So yeah. No. I know that the boys can play better football, but I didn't do it tonight. So we have to show a reaction on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure we will do that.
Some really interesting reaction from Jurgen Klopp there. As you can see, James Horncastle has joined us. We'll get the Atalanta perspective in just a moment. But your thoughts on Jurgen Klopp's assessment there, Crouchy?
Yeah, honest. I think he, as he always is, it was incredibly disappointing performance from Liverpool. As he said there, was it oops, wow? In some of the performances, obviously you wouldn't want one of those. They will be debriefing it, I imagine, tomorrow. But like I say, he's got to pick them up. He'll have to have a reaction, and some of the big hitters, certainly that were on the bench tonight, will start again. They'll play 90 minutes, and I do expect a reaction on Sunday.
Yeah.